All right, all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, it would seem as though I'm going to have to go live because I can't seem to get anything else working around here. And apparently, I'm being messed with, I would say. But I thought I'd come live since I can't come on Blog Talk. Apparently, I can't come on Blog Talk because can't make the connection. And I would guess, my guess is that I've been shut down because of my last blog. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my blogs may be a little tough and they may be a little rough. And I don't even know if you can hear me right now. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm not seeing nothing move. But with that being said, maybe I can move this down. I could even cut that off. I don't even need that on. And that doesn't seem to be working either. Okay. Apparently my last blog was a little too tough, a little too rough. If you're waiting for me to apologize for it, you can forget about it. I ain't going to apologize. Not 1 second, not 1 minute, not one iota will I stop what I'm doing. Now, I have some questions here today. Really? Really? Would you tell me that? I got some questions. Yeah, I got some questions. With everything that's going on right now, you can't tell me that you're not walking around thinking, I wonder what's going on. And information that is available to everyone is not necessarily making it to your homes. We have some things to consider that I want to consider here just for a few minutes. While I'm waiting for a few folks to log on, somebody somewhere tell me if you can hear me. Oh man, I don't even know if you can hear me here. Well, whatever. Now, feel free to chat. I'm telling you that pulling our troops is one thing. The reason why could be another. Now, if you remember in my last blog, I told you that there was a good chance of a blackout coming because everybody's been talking about it. FEMA's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. Why? Well, because something's going on. How do you know? Well, One way I know is because a lot of the rats are jumping ship, and some ain't jumping. They're pushing them over the edge. It could be that something big is in the works. Ladies and gentlemen, really? What are you talking about? Something big? What? Some superstar coming on the TV? No. And I'm going to tell you right now, the government knows about it. And I'm going to tell you right now, apparently there isn't anything anybody can do about it because it's going to happen. Now, we had troops in Syria. Lots and lots of troops, lots and lots of ships. All up there in the Middle East. Afghanistan. Doing what we always do, policing the world, policing the Middle East. All of our young people giving up their lives for our freedom. It reminds me of the Vietnam War in a way, since Bush put us over there in Iraq. It's a whole bunch of commotion and a whole bunch of death and a whole bunch of losses for what? So that we could hang Saddam Hussein? That what it was all about. Well, guess what? He done been hanged. So now the president's going to pull our troops. 3 people left. I guess I'm talking too loud. Why is Donald Trump pulling troops out of Syria? Why are troops coming in from Afghanistan for Christmas? I don't think so. Now, here's what's going to happen. Now, you better mark my words right here. I'm about to tell you what it is. Now, I'm going to come on tomorrow and talk about some denominations, but right now I want to talk a little bit of this politics. I want to tell you what's going to happen. The Kurds, if you're a Kurd with a K, if you're a Kurd and you're in Syria, you better do like Saddam Hussein did and find you a sewage to get in, a manhole cover, and hide. Because you talk genocide. Genocide is about to break loose in Syria in a big, big way. The Kurds are going to disappear. Turkey's going to move in fast. And they're going to drag Iran in with them. And if we pull our troops out of Syria and our troops out of Afghanistan, now wait, now I got more information. Hang on, I want to tell you a little bit more about it. Where does that leave Israel? Well, if you ask me, it leaves Israel with their rear end hanging out the window. Israel right now, the Israeli press is upset about the pullout because it leaves the Golden Heights and the North End. Oh, wait a minute. Well, that sounds like scripture. The enemy from the north could come in. That's exactly what happened. It's going to happen because all of northern Israel, the only protection they're going to have is what we leave them with. Nobody in Syria to help. United States is leaving. And in a hurry. President Trump said they're not only leaving, but they're leaving in a hurry. I'm getting them out of there now. Come home now. Everybody pack up now. Come home now. And what you can't bring with you, Leave it somewhere. Come home now. And here's something you may not have known unless one of your children or friends is in the Navy. And that is that all of the U.S. Navy is in port in the United States right now, with the exception of one aircraft carrier left in the Middle East and the Mediterranean with a small cruiser group. But guess what? They got orders also to come home now. Come home now. So our Navy, above water Navy, we don't know anything about submarines, but our ships, they're leaving. And just the few ships we had in the Mediterranean and the Black Sea are leaving, coming back to the U.S., called to by the president. Leaving. Coming back here. Why? To protect us? Is something going to happen? Is something going to happen in the United States that we got to have everybody here? All of our military? Well, the Constitution says that the military can't mess with us, you understand? And they can only do nothing. That's what they can do, is help us bring water and bread. And they can't do. Hello? A national state of emergency has already been declared in the United States because of the invading force, the invasion coming in from the south. And it's not going to be thousands or tens of thousands. No, Blog Talk wouldn't let me on. I'm live right now on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Well, we can't, the military can't do nothing. Well, I was saying that it's already a state of national emergency has already been declared. And the invasion force is coming in from the south. And not tens of thousands, but now they're saying million. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with this invasion force and who it's all involved with, but I can guarantee you once again, the peasants of the United States, the peasants is what we're called, what do you call them? The undesirables, who hold to our Bibles and our guns, the deplorables. Man, I'm down to 2 people. That's all right. So nobody knows what this invasion force is. The president's already called it an invasion force. He's already wrote it down as an invasion force. That is a reason alone to declare martial law. And you say, well, we've been hearing about martial law for years. Yeah, but you gotta put all these pieces together to see the picture. This puzzle is taking shape, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Mad Dog Mattis, our defensive secretary of defense, oh, good old Mad Dog Mattis, I want to kill everybody. Yeah, that's what we thought he was, right? Kind of a mad dog, military mad dog killer, Mad Dog Mattis. But what you may did not know about Mad Dog is he's Democrat. Now, I don't come on this program to talk about Republicans and Democrats, but we do have a chess game going on here, and we do have two sides. We have the president's side and the Democrats. Just so happens. Those pot-bellied pigs running all around Washington, naked, crazy, doing unspeakable things to children. I know what they're doing. They've got a pedophile ring up there. Everybody knows it. Think they take their money and hide. But they ain't nothing but a bunch of pot-bellied pigs. And it all, what happened here is the games began after the midterm election. Because after the midterm election was over, the battle lines were drawn. The Senate now belongs to the Democrats and the House belongs to the Republicans. Well, for your information, in case you didn't know it, that's called gridlock. Can't get nothing done. Can't get nothing done. Can't get nothing done now. No. Ain't gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Couldn't happen. No, we can't do it. Now, let's just all sit down, forget about it. Can't do nothing now. But see, President Trump is a little different kind of a guy. He hates playing these games. You know, he's the kind of a motivated. I'm looking for a word. It could be anywhere. He's one of them aristocrats. He's one of them big type aristocrats who's used to walking in a room and everybody going, "Oh, here he comes." We used to say when E.F. Hutton talked, everybody listened. But Trump wants to be the kind of guy that when Trump talks, everybody needs to listen. So he's different kind of guy. He wants to run the show, all the parts of the show. Now he's sat in there, and he's got all these politicians around him. He's got these pot-bellied pigs running around with suits on, and he's got these pot-bellied pigs over here running around naked. Ain't got no sense. And he can't do nothing with them. Because normally in one of Donald Trump's situations, he gets a bunch of pot-bellied pigs, he barbecues them. You're fired. That's what he does. Get out here, you dead burned varmint. You ain't doing nothing. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're hired. You're fired. That's how he runs things till he gets everything he wants. When he gets all his yes people in position, then he can move. A different kind of situation here in Washington and D.C. Because, see, he's not a pot-bellied pig herder. He can't herd all these fat people around. Every one of them, everyone in the Senate, everyone in the House, all those people, all of them, I don't care. If you ask me, it's all of them. And they all think, each and every one of them think they got the perfect idea to run this country. And they ain't even listening to the people no more. We just a bunch of peasants sitting around here trying to make YouTube videos because we got something to say and they not listening. But now, it's about to hit the fan. What? Really? I got it now. Oh, it's gonna hit the fan. Yeah, it's fixing to hit the fan. That's what's going to happen. It's coming. Can you smell it? Now, if President Trump declares martial law, the Constitution of the United States is suspended. If he calls for military rule under martial law, which he already has everything set up in the paperwork, then he could call for military rule. Now, you might say, no, because he still has to go through the Senate and the House to make sure that he gets the okay to do it. No, he don't. He can do it anyway without asking them nothing. Okay, if that happens, then what happens? What happens then? Well, then the decision for martial law that has already been declared has to go to the judicial body, which is the Supreme Court, which is why we had to have Kavanaugh in there so that we could have one more pot-bellied pig than their pot-bellied pig, right? So now we got the oinkers on our side. So if he goes over there, they're going to oink in the president's way, and he's going to get his way. Oink, oink. And he's going to reset the economy, going to shut it down, shut it down. You can't pay this debt. How are you going to pay this debt, ladies and gentlemen? Where are you going to come up with that kind of money to pay the debt when it's the more you put in, the worse it gets? Man, you can't feed these pot-bellied pigs. They eat it all up. Man, the more we feed them, the fatter they get. You can't fix it. It's like your own personal economy when you start sending out all them credit cards and you got one over here and one over there and one over here, one over there. This credit card covering that credit card and borrowing from Paul to pay Peter. He's going round and round and round. Pretty soon you do what? You sitting there in bankruptcy court. That's where you at. So the same thing's going to happen to the United States. Going to have to go bankrupt. Everybody gets fired. And President Trump gets to run the show like he knows how to run the show. He'll say they're all fired. And he's going to have a list and a stack of papers to the moon high and start some military tribunals and start scaring a bunch of people into being Tweety birds, singing like a bird, telling all they know. The economy has to be reset. The nation needs to be reset. Do you really think right now that the United States is being run by the Constitution? How many amendments do you think we have right now? How many new laws do you think we have on the books right now? What are we going to do? We got so many we don't even know what they are. Not to speak of each state. Really? Really? You think that's going to happen? You really think? Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a political civil war. I think it's right in the making. Because one side and the other side, what do they have to sell? The question is, what does the USA have to sell? Nothing. Well, let me ask you this. Or rather, let me tell you this. How many of them cargo ships you think are coming in right now and being unloaded? You know, all them big cargo ships bringing them cargo boxes? How many you think we got coming in right now? Oh, well, let me tell you. Zero. 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 None. Nada. Nothing. What do we got to sell? Nothing. Because they're not trading with us no more. They're all mad. It's all been cut off. It's the beginning of a cutoff. Yeah, movies. Yeah. Well, we could use a good one right now. 2019. Yeah. Starring The Rock, where he comes and saves the United States. Yeah, that's a good one. Movies. We can't even watch Godzilla no more around here. They cut Godzilla off. They hold him for the self over there. Boy, we could use him over here. Really? Really? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Dogmatis says that there's only one thing that he can do, and that's step out, because Donald Trump needs a yes man. Basically, that's what he said. He needs somebody that's more aligned with the president than I am. So he needs the proper yes man. So I'm out. By the way, he's not out until February. You might think he's out right now, but he ain't. He's not out till February. And there's a big rumor about January the 2nd. There's a big rumor about tomorrow, too, being the winter solstice. Got one of them date setters again. The rapture's coming tomorrow. Yeah, them date setters out there again saying tomorrow's the day of the rapture. 12/22/18. There it is. All the numbers line up. Hey, N times 4565. Better tell everybody it's coming. January 2nd, it's a reset in America. 22nd, that's when we out of here. I can tell you this right now. I don't care if it happens right now, or the 23rd, or the 25th, or January 22nd, 2019, or 2020. I'm ready to go whenever it happens. I don't need to pick a date. Why do I need to pick a date about the rapture? Anyway, I got on that, but let me finish this. So now this reset is supposed to happen somewhere around the 2nd of January, and all the troops are coming in, all our ships will be in, everything will be here, everything will be under control. The holidays will be over. Now we'll see what's going to happen. What is the suit-wearing pot-bellied pigs versus the naked ones going to do? Is the grid going to go out? Is the grid going to go out? Is it going to go out and somebody's going to say something? Is Yellowstone going to explode? You know, the conspiracy theorists, they say there's nuclear weapons buried in Yellowstone. Now, all they got to do is push a button and off the top comes. Maybe a natural catastrophe. We could have one of them right now. We already had a big quake up in Russia by the Bering Strait up there. Excuse me, the Aleutian Islands. Get my head together. How many of you know that the polar caps on the sun are twisting? Have you looked at today's sun picture? Have you seen those ever-increasing coronal holes in the north and southern parts of the sun? There's something big going on up there, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody talking about that. Nobody's talking about these earthquakes. Our magnetic field that's twisting and turning. Everybody wants to play the Nibiru game. Which I don't understand. Because right now, we have a bigger Nibiru right here on the face of the earth. Because if we pull out of the Middle East, I got a feeling it ain't going to be good. All hell's going to break loose in the Middle East, and that's going to leave an open door for Russia and Iran. So the rapture could come because of that. You don't know when it's coming. I don't know when it's coming. What difference does it make? Well, there you go, talking about Jesus again. I don't have to. Because it's not my decision. You decide you can go to hell or go to heaven. It's all up to you, whatever you want to do. I mean, if you think there's a party in heaven, hallelujah. If you think there's a party in hell, well, you're sadly mistaken, but you'll find out. Well, but even if the rapture doesn't come, what if it doesn't come when you think it is? What if we have to go through a small portion of trouble to wring out the hypocrites? Huh? Well, man, I got somebody from New York City. Wow. That's a long way from me. Of course, I can talk to you on the ham radio if you had one. Here comes Ohio moving in. Man, we're starting to see people all over the country. So preparations then are going to be necessary. Are you prepared? Are you thinking, well, I got a plan. If something happens, that's out of control, I'm gonna go move in the country. I'm gonna go out there and head for the woods. Mm-hmm. You're gonna run and head for the woods, right? And you're gonna wake up in the morning thinking you're gonna find a squirrel looking for nuts, and you're gonna wake up looking at your next door neighbor tree right there next to you, and you're gonna see nuts looking for squirrels. You're going to find out that you and 10,000 other people had the same ID. So I suggest you come up with another plan. Besides that, what are you going to do about people like Ma and Paul Kettle? Man, that blow your head off. They got people already living up there. John, that's right. Fighting wars to make profit. I would say that that's true because that's what the pot-bellied pigs do. They got to keep the war machine cranked up. They got to keep that war machine cranked up so they can keep the money coming in and hold their seats. Give them something really big to lie about. But John, do you really think that's what's happening right now? Do you really think that's what's happening right here? Do you think that's what Trump is up to? That he's going to crank up the war machine here in the United States to fix the debt? No, I don't think so. Can't do it. I think there's something else going on. I think there's something else going on that ain't nobody talking about. Mm-hmm. Now, there's one right there that says they don't believe in the rapture. Well, that's okay. What's the deal? You don't believe in the rapture? That's fine. If it don't come, we all had a good laugh, right? But if it does, you're in a heap of trouble. That's all I got to say. I mean, that's the thing about it. Human beings in a free country. If that's what you want to say, that's fine. Hey. Now, of course, the Bible has a contradiction with that. It says that there is. But if you don't believe in rapture, you probably don't believe in the Bible either. And if that's the case, I reckon that's okay. Huh? Let me get my hair out of the way here. Fake enemies to justify giving trillions. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what used to go on. you know, paying $5,000 for a toilet seat. I know all about that. You know, they used to do that to change it. They charge $5,000 for a toilet seat. What are you going to do with the CIA, man? The CIA is corrupt. They a stinking rat hole. The CIA and the FBI, what? Man, that's one of the worst two problems with the United States today. Them cotton pickers, man, they are. Man, I wouldn't trust them for nothing. Nothing. You can't trust anybody anymore out there in that kind of a line, because you don't know if they belong to the Patriots or the deep state. You understand what I'm saying? Do they belong to the Patriots or do they belong to the deep state? And you can't tell. If it belongs to the Patriots, okay. Fine. Oh, by the way, says the word rapture isn't mentioned anywhere in the Bible. There's something in the Greek Bible called harpazo. Something, yeah, there sure is something. Well, it's in the Greek. It's also found in the Hebrew and Aramaic. Mm-hmm. And it is harpazo, which is to be snatched away. But it don't matter. I mean, if you don't believe in being snatched away, it don't matter. It don't matter where it's printed at, right? You know, that's one of them debates that goes nowhere. It's kind of in a vacuum. I mean, the rapture and the harpazo is one thing. But let me ask you this question. You don't believe in the rapture, don't believe in the harpazo. Let me ask you this. Do you believe in Jesus? That's the next question is, do you believe in Jesus? Oh, he had a dream, or he or they had a dream that they was beheaded and there was no fear, no regret. Maybe not during the beheading. I don't know. What about after that? How far did your dream go? Did you wake up right after your head got chopped off, or was you still dreaming? Which way? What happened? Was there judgment or no judgment afterward? I don't know. I don't mean to be asking you questions. I mean, it's just not necessary. I'm watching, kind of see the chat over here, you know, and I kind of like chatting with people. I like seeing all this stuff. But I mean, so it's all good, right? It's all good. Hey, whatever. Man, you know, I've been preaching it. I did prison ministry for 35 years. And you think a free person can debate? No, sir. Them cats in there ain't got nothing to do but think about it. And I mean to tell you, they got their scriptures up at all their ducks in a row. But the bottom line is Jesus. Oh, I see. They locked you in the guillotine, and after that, nothing. I know that's right. Woohoo! Cha-ching, huh? Woohoo! Nothing. After that, no pain. I guess not. Your head was singing the spider song. I ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody. I mean, I'm just saying. Well, you know, I want to tell you something, brother. We all have vices. We all have addictions, don't we? And I understand that. Been old street dude. I understand all that. But there's hope and there's a way out of all addictions. But it ain't found always in human help. Sometimes your soul needs to be repaired. But you won't know that unless you allow that to happen. Unless you let Jesus come into your life in a big time way, you won't know that. But I mean, I'm saying sometimes you have to repair the soul to fix the body. You know, it takes a lot to have a freed up mind. To have a freed up mind, you got to have freed up soul. But you know, folks, what I'd like to say to you is this. I like to say this. Whatever you do, whoever you are, whatever you believe in, I want you to be ready. I want you to be ready for anything that can happen out of the ordinary. Right now, you wake up and the day starts, and you go to bed and the day ends. Gets to be a routine. Back in my day and age, we called it a drag. You know, as new age group people, I'm trying to understand them, but I ain't doing too good. But there's one thing that's for sure, no matter what it is, you have to be prepared. Because when you're living in the world, or even if you're living on the street, you don't just live in the world or in the street haphazardly. You got to prepare for anything nowadays. And I just think that everybody needs to be prepared. You need to be prepared in your home, where you live. And you need to be prepared in your heart, in what you believe in. Because in 1 hour, everything is going to change. In 1 hour, everything is going to change. Poof! Nothing like you know. All different. You get caught with your pants down, sometimes you ain't able to jump out the window. You know what I mean? So if that could possibly happen, would you want to put a pair of pants on the outside of the window? Right? I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, well, I don't believe in Jesus. Do you really think that's smart? Well, I think that's just some kind of a fake ploy in religion to get everybody's money. You think that's the truth? Really? 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 You really think that's what it is? That's what it's all about that. It's all about religion and getting in my pocketbook Jesus thing. Well, have you read it? Have you checked it out? You mean to tell me you don't check out nothing? Yeah, I know you do. We always checking stuff out. Better get ready. Really. Really, really, really. And the thing about it is, I'm telling the truth. I think I'm telling the truth about all this military wrangling and all this political excitement going on and craziness. Do I think Darkness is coming. Oh, yeah, it's coming. Is it going to be an EMP? I don't know. I believe the grid's going to go down. In 1 hour, in one day, this nation's going to change. And if you don't prepare your heart and prepare yourself quick, you're going to be in big trouble. Am I ready? As ready as I can be. You know, I'm just me. Sitting over here living on diddly squat retirement. Cancer in my body. My only hope is the healing of the Lord Jesus Christ in my body. The doctors say they can't do nothing about my cancer, so, you know, it is what it is. Just me over here. You're over there. It's just me over here. I'm just talking to you. Like we all sitting in this studio together and we all having a chat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, your screen is not messed up. I have on 2 pairs of glasses. Let me explain. I went to the VA to get my eyes checked again. And they said that everything was fine. Nothing changed. Everything was good. So, okay. So I break out 2 pairs of glasses. And I say, yeah, but when I'm doing something, I gotta wear these. Or if I'm doing something else, I gotta wear these. So something wrong with my glasses. But they say ain't nothing wrong with your glasses. Well, here they are. Hey, they're right. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Man, I put that second pair on, I can see good. I can read the chat and everything. Kind of like Dr. Scott, huh? Yeah. 2 pairs. I know it looks silly, and I don't know what this wire doing over here. Yeah, 2 devil works better. Well, that's what they say, I guess. It's about time for me to check out. Get me some supper. I want to thank everybody for coming on with me tonight, all across the country. Now, I'm going to be on again tomorrow, only because I want to finish a subject that I started about the 2 witnesses. So I would invite you to join me tomorrow, somewhere in the neighborhood of 5:30 p.m. Central Time. I want to talk about the 2 witnesses. There's a problem out there. You wouldn't believe what some of the people believe. Really? Really? You know, it's a simple thing. You just read the instructions and it tells you. But they got people out there believing the most craziest things. So I want to talk about that tomorrow. I want to talk about the 2 witnesses. Now, if you don't want to talk about the 2 witnesses and you don't want to talk about the Bible and all that, well, that's fine. You know, don't click it. But I want to tell y'all that I love you and I care about you, all 11 of you. Right there you are. Now, so appreciate you for joining me tonight live on YouTube while I'm still here before they cut my head off for calling the Republicans pot-bellied pigs in suits and the Democrats naked pot-bellied pigs. It just so happens that's what I believe they are. In time 4 or 5 said government was a bunch of pot belly. Yeah, I did. So it won't be long. They'll be chopping me down. Please get ready. Tomorrow on the winter solstice, would you sit down and think about it? Think about where you live and ask yourself a question. Could you throw the master breaker in your house? And what would you do for 7 days with the breaker off? No electricity, besides save a lot of money. How would you live? How would you survive? You can't go to the store. Don't go to the store. Don't go to the hardware. Don't go see Granny. Don't go see Bubba. Stay there. Just see what happens. Prepare yourself. And prepare your heart. If you don't believe in the rapture, okie dokie. But if you know there's something called the harpazo, why don't you check that out? Next time I come on, why don't you tell me you believe in the harpazo? We all know that this world's been changed 2 or 3 times. Scientifically proven. And we're getting close to another big one. You know what the book of Revelation says? All hell is going to break loose. Like you ain't never seen since the beginning of time. And I'm telling you the truth. So I hope you get ready. And I love you all very much. Thanks for joining me. Would you click the like button? I appreciate it. And when this video gets posted up, would you share it? I ain't nobody special. Ain't no big Paul Begley or nothing like that. I'm just me talking to you. I'm 63. I'm fixing to be 63 years old in a few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. No, 2 weeks. No, 3 or 4. No, 6 weeks. Hello. Sometimers. I've been around the block, but maybe not your block, but I've been around the block. Stay safe. But whatever you do, you need to consider Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. You have to do it. Check it out. You snooze, you lose. Don't be scared. Be prepared. I think that's what they say. I would like to say, stay focused and stay awake. It all changes in 1 hour when it starts. You got to get ready because it's coming. Oh, yeah. It's going to be bad. Oh, yeah. Any day now. go ahead and keep fooling around. You're going to wish you didn't do that. It's a clever trick, son. Bye-bye.